Today, I want to talk to you about magic and what it is and what I mean. My husband said to me the other day, maybe you should use a word other than magic. Like, is there another word? He said, do people understand what it is? Or are people still, is it overused? Are people afraid of it? Is it still got too much stuff? Is it not specific enough? Do people know what it is that you are trying to teach them? And I thought about it and at first I bristled because I'm like, that is what I teach and that is what I believe in. And I have been teaching magic since way before it was popular. I've been teaching magic since before Liz Gilbert wrote Big Magic. I have been teaching magic before people used it as a business word, way before. And so I kind of bristled and I was like, I don't think I'm doing it. And then I really thought about it. And it's good to have someone. And so I know now that when I get bristly, it means there's something there for me. And so, what is it that I teach? What is it? What do I mean when I'm talking about magic? And how do you understand what it is that I am transmitting, what it is that I'm selling, what it is that I am creating in the world if you don't understand the word magic with me? And so I'm going to explain what it is and ask you to really think about why you were drawn to this conversation, what it is about, what is your definition of magic? What are you looking for when it comes to magic? Originally, when I was teaching magic, it was because I'm honestly drawn to witchery. I'm honestly drawn to I've always loved the mystical, the magical, the unusual, the wonderful. I love the layers of reality. I love layers of reality. I love science. I love the idea that all magic is something that science hasn't caught up to yet. I love because it's true how much has been proven by science as time has gone by, right? I love walking into a place and feeling the energy of it. I love having a conversation with someone and knowing what question to ask that will help them move forward in their life. It's this connection for me between myself and the mystery, between myself and the magic, the God source, the divine. It's this connection. It's this feeling that I am not alone here. I'm not out on a limb here. None of this is actually accidental. And the more I can participate in this intentionality, in this imagination, in this wonder, the more I can, the more me I feel. Deborah Harkness in the books A Discovery of Witches says, magic is desire made real. And I love that because we have been as humans, the witch trials are very recent cellular memory. We whether how they happen, whether they happen, the stories, not whether they happen, but the stories of fear of women and friends and neighbors like dobbing people in and um, telling on them and putting them communities killing people because of their natural abilities of their magic scares us, terrifies us, deep soul terrified. We are afraid and allegedly, the church has been against magic for centuries, right? And so it's and yet Jesus made miracles, right? And yet Jesus did miracles. Jesus made magic. Jesus was a amazing magician, right? And in the most powerful, true sense of the word. And we've also had words like magic, magician, um, psychic. We've had them demeaned and diminished and reduced by entertainment, by conversation, into caricatures and almost cartoons of what that is. The magician in the tarot is one of the most powerful cards. It is about complete sovereignty. It's about making waves in the world. It's about being intentional and having the world return that intention. And yet, even tarot has been reduced and diminished to a psychic on TV with a scary, scary death card. And so we are scared of magic. We are scared of it. And yet, the fact that it's so pervasive in our world tells me that people want it. People are still longing for it. People are still needing it because we know that it is who we really are. That deep connection with the source, deep connection with our intentionality, being deeply powerful, knowing that our imaginations are capable of creating something is so deeply a part of who we are that we're taught to be afraid of who we are. And so if you are here and if you are looking at magic as a thing that you kind of want, if you're kind of on the edge of being like, I kind of like things that are a bit witchy, if you're on the edge of vision boards and intentions and power and all of that, the word magic is just the word used, excuse me, to describe the feeling you get when you have that kind of um, interaction with reality. Magic is the feeling that you get when you do something and you feel like, oh yeah, that was that for me? Was that sign for me? I made that happen. What if I'm creating this? What if I did that? Oh my gosh, I thought that and there it is. It's that, and because that feeling we know as truth. We know that we are, on some level, we know that we're way more powerful than we have ever been taught we are. And so when we are able to interact and play with and intend and create and shift reality, we know that that is who we are. That is an empowering state of usness, of muchness, of truth. You're looking for your purpose. You're asking me for your purpose. Let me tell you what your purpose is. Your purpose is to become the most you can possibly become, the truest, most authentic transmission of you, and to follow that where it leads, and to allow that to be reflected back by reality. That is magic. And yes, there's magic with a CK, right? There's spells, there's rituals, and in all things, there's light and there's dark. In all things, there's good and there's bad. I don't believe that, but that's it. And so we've been taught to be afraid of our own power, our own potential, when our own power and our own potential is who we are. It is what we have been searching for. We've been taught to be afraid of ourselves. We've been taught to be afraid. If I do magic, what if I do it wrong? What if I do a spell and something terrible happens? What if I, what if I, um, what if I get the wrong thing? Or what if it doesn't happen? All of those questions get in the way of us. We've been taught them. We've been taught them negative consequences. But when you start leaning in to magic as freedom to be who you truly are, and that when you do that, when you bring in your imagination, your integrity, your alignment, and you transmit that, the universe transmits right back again, and you begin to create the world that you are longing for. So, what is magic? Magic is you at your most true and your most potent. Magic is you in your purpose, for lack of a better word. Magic is you transmitting a clear signal. And sometimes that clear signal, to boost it in your own imagination and in your own energy, might need um, the stuff for a spell. You might light a candle, or you might do the kind of elemental stuff. You might want crystals, you might want potions, you might want flowers, you might want coffee, you might want stars. But underneath all of it has to be your own clear transmission of what you want and who you are. And if you are transmitting clearly what you want and who you are, really clearly, you know it, and you let what comes back be the answer, what comes back guide you, then you are participating in the magic we were always meant to participate in. You are being the magic we were always meant to be. And you become an incredibly powerful force for good in the world because you in integrity, you in clarity, you in magnificence, you in intentionality, you're not going to do anything wrong. You're not going to do anything wrong. You're not going to make bad magic. You're going to create a trajectory for yourself that will be absolutely life changing in the best way. And you will stop wondering who you are, why you're here, what it all matter, why it all does it all matter, what's the point, what's the purpose, what should I be doing, how should I be doing it. None of that exists anymore. Or if it does, you know what to do with it when it shows up. That is magic. That is what is possible. That is what I teach. So if you want to learn that from me, come into the answer. The link is below. Let me teach you, or come into one-to-one work with me and we will do it up. But the first step, the very first step for you is to stop being afraid of who you are at your very best, of who you are at your most authentic, of who you are when you are the most delighted, the most in love, the most in wonder, the most in awe, the most in play, the most at peace. Start to figure out what that feels like and do that as often as possible on purpose. And you will begin to transmit in a way that magic can't help but respond to. So, what is magic? Magic is desire made real. Magic is consistent, authentic transmission. Magic is knowing who you are and what you want and taking a step to make that happen. Magic is knowing that your imagination is the most powerful force, knowing that you are an imaginal being and that you are changing reality as you imagine, knowing that you have the power to influence the world from not from taking enormous big steps, but from being who you are and doing that over and over and over again. Come to the answer and let me teach you, or begin to become okay with who you are, even to revel in it. That's magic. So I don't know a better word for it. If you do, tell me in the comments. Please like this, please comment, please share it if you think other people will enjoy it. Because this is my work, because this is going to change the world. The more of us that do this, the more of us, especially adults who have this deep integrity and this deep wisdom and this deep life path behind us, we need to stop holding back. We need to live in this integrity and this power because we will change things. So please share this. Please join me in this revolution. And in the meantime, I wish you the most magical day. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.